welcome back. Today I'd like to teach you a tune called Malagen. What I'd like to do when teaching you this tune is I want to show you how the right hand technique is executed so that the music can be played nice and smoothly. And I'll go through carefully and show you exactly the exact fingering for the left hand. Essentially, this piece of music uses chord shapes, for the most part, chord shapes where you're holding a couple of notes at the same time and you're picking through with your right hand across those notes within the chord, kind of making an arpeggio pattern. So, for example, when the piece of music, the first line sounds like this. If I break up the music and I remove all these notes, this ringing you can hear is the E string. If I stop playing the E string and I just play the bottom notes of the chords, the ones I'm playing with my thumb, it sounds like this. And it repeats. So that's the first two lines of this tune. At the end of, or later on in this piece of music, that pattern, that little melodic section there comes back again. The middle section of this piece of music sounds like this. Okay, so between all of those notes I've just played there, you play the E string, this E string, to get this sort of constant, the constant ringing of that E note over the top of everything you're doing with your thumb. So this is how it goes. First of all, we have to work out what we're going to do with our right hand. Our thumb is going to play across, for the most part, strings 4, string 3, and string 2. So if I hold my guitar up close to the camera, you can see I'm playing string 4, 3, and 2. So what I would like you to do is I want you to just practice that right hand by itself and do it over and over. You might have to do it for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes over and over until it feels very smooth. If the right hand is not smooth, the music won't be smooth. So what we'll just try now is we'll just try sort of with a constant beat, and there are 3 beats in the bar. So it goes 1, 2, 3. Make sure your right hand is hanging down, so make sure that your forearm is in the correct position, so it's straight up from the bridge around this point here. Let your hands hang in and your fingers need to be on the edge of the sound hole, not too close to the bridge and not over the top here. And you need to make sure you have an arch in your right hand, you don't want it squashed up. Okay, so keep your wrist around and then straight through with your thumb. So here we go, let's try this pattern a few times. So it's going to be 4, 3, 2, all free stroke. So let's keep that going. Always with an even beat. Okay, and then that's pretty much the first 2 bars of the first couple of lines. Obviously it does change because there is a little scale thrown in there at various points. So the middle section is a similar idea, and it has so I'm talking about lines 3 and 4 where the harmonies change a little bit. It's going to have this back and forth pattern where you play the 3rd string and 2nd and 3rd. Try that again. So you got 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. So that's another little pattern with your right hand. And there's another one, or same pattern again, but you're going to do 4th, 3rd, 4th. So it's going to be 4. Yeah. Okay. So that's really a lot of what your right hand is doing there, just with the thumbs. There's another way we can go about this, is let's do the first pattern again, where we go the 4th, the 3rd, and the 2nd. We keep that repeating. So off we go, the 4th, the 3rd, and the 2nd. And we just keep that going. And when that's really comfortable, and you feel like you don't have to worry too much about hitting the wrong notes, so as you get more and more confident with it, what I want you to do with your index fingers, I want you to play the first string in between each of the thumb notes. So you play the fourth, the third, the second. Thumb, third, second. So there's two ways of playing that. So the first way is just the thumbs, and then we add the finger. Here we go, ready, and so. So the idea here is that you just work on what I've just shown you, and you do that for 5 or 10 minutes. And you might need to do it every day before you start trying to play the piece of music. Over time, once you know the tune, then you'll be able to do it without having to play that separately. Just play the music. So here we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work out what the notes are on the left hand. The left hand isn't completely difficult, but it does take a little bit of concentration. So the first two bars, the notes are E, G sharp and B. So E on string 4, and if you look on your music it says number 2. So use your second finger on the second fret, string number 4. The next note is G sharp on the third string. Alright, and then the other notes are the open first and second string. So with our right hand we're just going to play thumb on the fourth, then on the third, and then on the second. So your thumb goes straight through. Thumb, 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 thumb. That's not hard by itself. So it's the same as what we did before with our right hand, but we're just holding these two notes, E and G sharp. Now, when we get to bar 3, the E and the G sharp now become, and I'll move the guitar nice and close, now become A. So the E goes down to A, and the G sharp here goes to C. So A on string 3 and G sharp, not G sharp, I'm sorry, C on string 2. So A and C. Alright, so our right hand does the same thing now. Well, almost the same thing. We play A on the third string, then the C, and then we lift the C off and we play B open. So we're doing bar 3. So the first note is A with a thumb, then C, and then B open. And as we get to bar 4, we have A again, and then G open, and then F. And F, for those of you that sometimes forget your notes, F is on string 4 on the 3rd fret. There's the F. And then we're ready to start from the second line, which is E right next door. E. Okay, so we'll play that again. We play from bar 3, so A to C. If you look at your music, it says A, then C, and then it's got B open, and then A, G, F, and E. So if you look at that, when you hit the C to C on the second beat of the 3rd bar, it goes C, B, A, G, F, and then to E. So we can just try that. Play C, then B, then A, and then G, and then F, then E. So C, B, A, G, F, E. So that there is a scale. C, B, A, G, F, E. And from the other music you played, you would have played scales lots. So in this respect, when we play that, we have to do it all with the thumb, don't forget. So we'll do that scale, but we'll do the C, B, A, G, F, E. When we do that scale, we're just going to start with the A. So if you look at bar 3, line 1, it starts on A, and then it goes to C, then it goes to B, then to A, then to G, then F, and then E. Okay, so that's the first line, and the second line's the same. Line 5 is the same, and line 6 is the same. So basically, once you learn the first line, you've learnt first, second, and the 5th and 6th lines of the music. The only difference is at the end of the second line, it ends on a chord. Now, if you look at the end of the second line, there are 4 notes written above one another. The lowest note next to it has a number 2 because it's E. The next note in the chord is G sharp, which you've already played as well. We played both of these notes together in the first couple of bars of each line. So there's your E, there's your G sharp. The note above the G sharp is a B open, and the note above that is an E. So there's your 4 notes. 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and 1st. So 4 notes. So how are we going to play that? This is how we do it. We put all our 3 fingers, so index, middle, and A finger, on the first 3 strings. There's the first 3 strings. And then the thumb has to play string 4. So we play them all together like this. And how do we go about that? We have to play down, the thumb goes down and our fingers are going up. So we've got to make sure our thumb is sticking out. We don't really want it inside like this. Sometimes some of us play with our hand sort of upside down this way. We just want to sit our hand in this way. Okay, so when we're playing this, it goes... Okay, so that's the 1st, 2nd and 5th and 6th lines. I'll play that without stopping. So you can try it with me. So we hold E and G sharp. We play thumb on E, then G sharp, and then B. Again, 4th, 3rd, and then 2nd. Now we switch to A and C. A on the 3rd, C on the 2nd. Play the A, then the C, then the B, then the A, then the G open, and there's our F, and then it starts again. E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, B, A, C, B, A, G, F, and then there's our chord. Play straight in there, E and G sharp, all the fingers together. Okay? Now, once we've got that really good, once we can play that smoothly, just our thumbs, we're going to put our index finger at the top now. So we're going to hold the E and the G sharp, and we're going to go thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb, index. So you got E, G sharp, B. Now, because this is new, going thumb, finger, back and forth, I suggest you just do the first bar and you play it over lots and lots. So I'm going to do the first bar. It's going to be E, G sharp, B. You join in with that E, G sharp, B. And do it a few more times. Just keep on going. Okay, we'll pause there. Then you hold your A and C. Oh, so we're going from bar 3. Off we go. A, C, B, A, G, F, and the second line, E, G sharp. A to C. Chord. There we go. So that's lines 1 and 2. So we're going to now apply the same thing to lines 3 and 4. And lines 3 and 4 aren't really too difficult because line 3 and 4 are almost the same anyway. So we'll just learn the 3rd line. If you look at it carefully, there's an A and there's a C. So we'll just play it without the index finger. So we'll play the thumb on A, and then play the C with your thumb, and then back to the A. So it's 3rd string, 2nd, 3rd, easy. A, C, A. Bar 2 of the 3rd line is open G and open B. G, B, G. Okay, one more time. G, B, G. And then the last little change here is F and A. So we play the 4th string with the thumb, F, A, and F. And then we end on that chord again, which is the E, G sharp, and B. Okay? So we play that again. Okay, so the second time there, obviously I put my thumb and fingers together. Line 4 is the same. when you get to here, it goes F, A, C. So instead of going F, A, F, so I'm on line 4, bar 3. Instead of going F, A, F, you're going to go F, A, C on string 2, and then chord. So there we go. We've covered everything that's in that piece of music. So go through, give it a go. Repeat certain parts of this video to help you, and slow it down if I'm going too fast. But just work through small parts of the piece. Just learn the thumb notes first, and then try to put the thumb and fingers, index fingers in. And work on mastering 1 or 2 bars at a time and getting really good, and then the next 2 bars, and then try joining them together. That's the best way of practicing, rather than just trying to start from the beginning and play it all the way through from sight. Anyway, good luck, and we'll see you next time. Bye.